And he said a presentation, and that's where it landed.
Rennes?
Yeah, presentation, I said over the item on the agenda, but I would agree based on our conversation. You pointed out a great example, and not so much the one about the candidacy, so much as the charter, for example.
Yes, because I'd be happy to get up and speak ad nauseum on that.
You're right.
Well, the school board did, the school members did for the school board bond.
But we weren't, that's different.
No, it's the same.
No, it's not.
It's exactly the
Yeah,
same.
I think
There
that-
wasn't an opposing, well, I guess no. it was
Yeah, I mean,
opposing
you know, so
side.
it's still an issue, so even but for something like that, in order for us to maintain the true aura of no appearance of, you know, us weighing in on the issue one way or another, I think it is appropriate.
So it's reasonable to ask to remove that and then to
Correct.
say anybody's can, of course, speak during public
Correct.
comment.
I think so. I think I
Okay.
agree with that, 100%. I think that makes sense.
I'm going to end up making that motion. Does anybody have anything? I'm not making it now, obviously, but let me make it up. All right, so we will do that. And then I had another question. All right, well, while I'm looking, does anybody else have anything on here they want to ask, talk? Ask. That was ask, not what you think it said. Well, say something. Ooh, where's Nick? Is he here?
He will be coming.
Okay. I had a question for him.
He said he may be late to this one, but definitely he will be here.
Do we, well, I can just, actually, you might know, because I think it ends up coming to you.
What's that?
I don't remember who it comes to, the actual packet. Did we get anything on the SWAT grant already? I
Not
know we're
that
just
I've
setting the
seen.
hearing, but did we get any?
That would be Nick's question, and I have not seen anything or heard anything.
He attended the meeting last week, and then he said he would be here tonight for an update, and that's why it's going to be on the, a request
I mean, we're
for
just
a
setting the
public
meeting.
hearing.
But we're trying to set the meeting for November 3rd? Okay.
Deadline, I think, is December 19th or something
No,
like
that's
that. So he
fine.
wanted to have the public hearing first meeting in November to keep things moving.
One of the, this came up last time, and I know Nick remembers, so that's why I was hoping he's here to ask. It's kind of hard to have a public hearing. What are we asking the public to hear on? What are we asking them to say or weigh in on? You know, there's very limited things we can do, and so I know nobody ever shows up, but what about the one time someone shows up, they're like, oh my gosh, I have these great ideas. Well, yeah, that's nice, but really there's only these three things. That's
I'll let him speak on it after,
Yeah.
because he got a little information at the meeting last week.
cool.
Yeah, historically, it used to be all kinds of things you
I
could
know.
talk on, because you had that big booklet with all the codes, and you say, I want to do porch repairs, and I want to do
Yep.
this, and you controlled your own money. It doesn't happen anymore.
Nope.
So that whole public hearing thing is less impactful as it
Yes.
used to be.
I just don't like people showing up thinking they can come with, what do they come
Yeah,
for?
with
They should
ideas
know.
for,
Yes.
a traffic circle
Yes,
that
they
you
should
can't
know.
do anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I get it.
Let's see. Why are you looking? Okay.
It's my hearing aids, no.
The study session is also our time where we're going to put our phones on mute.
Yes, Madam Mayor.
Did anybody else want to check their phone?
Nobody costs me.
You're doing it. You are. You're turning it off right now. I see you. Okay. I don't, your phone, oh, wait, you know what? I gotta turn off my computer thing too, since I'm.
No, I was just waiting for that, so I,
Yeah, so you could yell back?
Nice guy,
Stopped
yeah.
you. Stopped you.
1 moment.
There is a change in the minutes.
Did you just say that?
I did not. That was George's technology talking. There is a change in the minutes. It was a typo. My computer has never typed the word Mallory before, so it autocorrected to Melanie. Even when I went to fix it, it autocorrected to Melanie. So it has been changed on the official copy that we'll have now. But the printed one here says our state senator is Melanie. not
Thank you,
Mallory.
you just reminded me. That was what I had. Did we ever get a list from our goal setting with you? Where you were gonna?
With me?
Yes. you were
Other than
gonna-
the
it was-
one
I
we
don't-
did that
We didn't
day?
get minutes from that, did we?
we haven't gotten that.
Everyone had that. That was all sent around an email, but that's,
No, we haven't gotten it yet.
We got something in an
We have the
email?
original copy. I don't know. if
Yeah,
it
there was.
No,
there's
the
a-
ones where we added stuff like records that are so important that we know are a mess, and we said, let's put that on those goals and.
Other than it
talked
being
about- And then
pinned to my
thing
wall.
about
next-
committees
yeah,
and
I-
stuff, and
Can you
tracking
send-
committees.
Can you send a picture of your wall?
Yes,
I can do that, but no, I can.
That would work,
If you
though.
want that written, that's fine. It's on the safe. It's all listed on the safe when we cross things off, so.
well, yes, because
All right,
that's.
do you want to see,
know-
I thought that everyone had their own on
No,
that.
because it wasn't,
We'll consolidate
I have
that
my
and
own
send it over.
notes
Sure.
for that, right? But at the same
Okay.
time, yeah, that'd be nice.
That's easy.
Well, because his notes might not agree with your
Exactly,
notes.
yeah.
And then when he comes to say, because if he's on council, I won't be, if he goes to
Big pink
evaluate.
things to do. We'll do that in the morning.
You're the most important.
It's left over. I don't know. There's only like 7 or 8 sheets left. It's only not going to last many more meetings.
You're the most important. We want to have the list that you agreed to.
Okay.
Oh.
No problem.
Yes, exactly, the one that we made you agree to. It's on the consent agenda, so that's why I'm going to ask 2 questions. Question number 1, the Pacer grant I asked about,
Yes.
so it can't possibly only cost $1,200. No, I
Because
turned you
I s-
off.
You should have got the original in the packet as well.
Make it
It's a total of $37.46. The grant is $12.44. Cost and out-of-pocket is $25.01.96. This was signed by former manager Smith on July 23rd of 2021 to enter into this agreement and the grant proposal.
So did we vote on that? Because we might have, and I just forgot.
I wouldn't know.
I,
It was-
top of my head, I don't remember. It's something we can look into. Do you have to vote to accept grants? Is that a thing?
No, we only got a
Matching
grant
part.
for a small amount. The rest of it, we
Was
have to pay
matching?
out of our pocket. No. it's-
Cost and out-of-pocket is $25.01.96.
Okay, so we should see. Couldn't tell you off the top of my
Who's
head.
the vendor?
AEW is the one that's going to be doing the Pacer study, collection of data, submission of all the reports. You had questioned if Trevor was set for that. That is all in
Yeah,
their
I saw you
agreement.
said that,
Yep,
yeah.
AEW is the one that would be collecting all the data, submitting it properly.
So our last Pacer study was 18. I thought we didn't need one till 23. And we haven't done a single thing on our roads, so we know they're worse.
Is there something upcoming that requires this? Is there a project
I'm
that
asking.
required to do a Pacer study in order to do?
I think this came up because of the fact that there was nothing done and they wanted to recheck the roadway pacers going into the capital improvement plan to have that information. I think council was a part of that early on
Okay.
in the
Good, I
year, is
just
why
heard-
that came forward and why that
Makes sense.
grant was submitted to.
Okay.
So the comment was, is Trevor all set? That was more about, can they space out or parse out their time accordingly? And
Well, they're doing it, not they're
Yeah.
keeping the sheets.
What's AEW going to charge us for it?
Wait,
25.
When they say,
Right there, I
when you
just
say
said
they,
that 3
is
times.
AEW's going to do it?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
all right. Okay, so they should be able to.
Nick, how you doing? No, I got
Welcome,
my
Nixter.
We're already talking about you next.
Oh,
so
we're
don't
so
worry.
talking about you. Okay, I just wanted to make, because, so we only got like a little 1,200 for that, but yay.
Yeah, I mean, those are small grants typically, and the whole project was only $37.46. But yeah, this was signed on and agreed to
Yeah,
back in July.
All right. The question I had for you, and I'm going to ask it here because now I'm going to say something about it. So I asked when I saw it in the bills, because again, it's on the consent agenda, and I don't want to have to pull it off the consent agenda to talk about it. The Alpha,
Alpha Psychological?
is it? Should we? It seems like, well, hey, Mr. Nushai, wouldn't it be a little bit of a
For some reason, they
liability
lost the
to be
connect to the-
sending,
with-
for any reason, our
What's the
police
password?
to something that strongly advertises and is proud of their Christian everything counseling and testing and everything? That seems a little bit like, I don't know, how would someone feel if we were sending them to Muslim testing counseling or something?
I guess I don't have any information on it, but
I mean, we've always used them, and many police departments do. When we call, like, he's booked 2-3 weeks out for law
But
enforcement.
that's all they have online is it's just, is that wise? Is that, what, come on, help me out here. That doesn't make sense.
I'm probably the wrong person to ask in that regard, but yeah, I mean, I could foresee issues, but,
We just lost everything.
That's why you pay the big bucks to show us the issue.
Yeah, thanks, Ron. So helpful.
Yeah, so, again, it's user built, so they're consuming it. I presume Chief is not forcing them to do so.
No, this is their, this
Oh,
is
this
their.
is for new hires.
It's
They have
required.
to- By the state, they have to have a psychological
Yes.
exam. And many
Told you, I don't-
departments, there's only
I
a
don't have
few
the
out there that
information.
do police psychological exams. He's one of them. Dr. Clark is one of them. We've always used them, and like I say, many departments use them. I've never gone on a website to read that it's a Christian-based anything other than he specifically specializes in police psychology exams.
Is that the only thing he does? The test?
I mean, it's like a 5 to 6 hour process is what there's interviews, there's at least 2 or 3 tests. I mean,
Is it standardized for, like, if you went someone else, would it be the same test?
I don't know, we haven't used anybody else, so I wouldn't know.
Am I the only
But it
one?
counts on new hires with MCOs as far as the psychological exam.
Well, I'm not saying that, I know they have to get one, but I don't know, I'm thinking I'd go find some nice, non-Christian person with a broken tail light, and let's just, I mean, come on. It just doesn't make sense to me. That is, I don't know why we would pick.
Well,
But I guess I'm the only one.
We'll provide, you know, we'll probably take a look and see if there's anybody else and probably provide a choice, an option. And then they can select, I don't know, does that make sense?
Right now, they're all, I mean, I'm just telling you, they're all booked, and people are trying to get into whoever they can get into. We have used him, well, I've been here 29 years, so, but there's only so many out there that do police psychology exams. Like I said, I've never researched it and sent him there for the Christian base of anything. It's the fact that that's who we've used, so nothing more than that. He does a fantastic job on the reporting and the information that we get on each candidate, and it's very thorough.
Can you research it and find out if there's others?
I'm sorry.
Can you research it and find out if you got other choices too?
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably others out there.
Hey,
We need a motion.
No,
No.
no, we don't need a motion.
Because.
I didn't know
yeah.
there was an issue with that.
Yeah, part of the, it's understandable, you know, the concern I can understand, obviously, but, you know.
It's the perception.
It's a
That's
perception,
all.
yeah. that's
It's the perception
precisely.
that we're saying, our police are
Understood.
all screened through, because of the way they advertise. I'm not even saying they are, I don't know, but the advertising, it's a perception.
Yeah, I understood. Obviously, we have some, we're in the process of hiring police officers currently, so that becomes a little
I'm
tricky.
not asking to not send any, I'm just saying, it's just
Understood.
long-term, just perception. And keep that one up my sleeve. Then I have a question on OPEB, might be for Ms. Rao. Thought we had to get 2. Where'd she go? There we are. Thought we had to get, weren't we due for the MERS part too? The part we have to do? I mean, obviously, we don't do the whole MERS thing, we do our part.
MERS does theirs, the fire pension has theirs completed, and then retiree OPEB.
Okay, so that's the only one we have to do? Okay. Anybody else? Anything anybody wants to add to this, that we know when we go into the session? Because the only thing right now we're moving is we're taking off the presentation and inviting them to speak at public comment. Oh, Nick, since you're here, what's our, I know you're going to tell us in the meeting, but I just want to know, what's our, you don't have to come up, just sit, relax. What's the CDBG this year? Same thing?
Well, so we're just doing a public hearing, so we can get some, hopefully, public input about the project.
Yeah, what?
That's still up for discussion. So, I spoke to some of the department heads, and we're gonna see if the, ADA compliant sidewalks make more sense again this year. I think we should have $8,000 left over from previous years that wasn't used, so I think we might be able to get 2 intersections if we do that. I emailed Oakland County, Housing today, to get some guidance on what we can do for our project as well. Like I said last year,
But it's the same choices.
based on our qualifications, yeah.
Okay, they didn't add anything because of American Rescue or, they just, same thing, same exact.
Because that money's coming in, I think they're gonna be a little more stringent with what we can do anyway. So I will have that information, but on the agenda is just to set the public.
No, I know, I just, because it's for the next one, so when we actually put the next packet out, though, it will include, so if there's that one crazy resident that shows up, because I don't think anybody ever has, but let's say they do, they would know, they can't just show up and say, hey, I want to use our money for a dog park.
Right, what the proposed project may be for that year.
Right, so we'll have that in there?
Yeah,
Sweet, cool. But it's the same stuff.
yes.
I think Stacy needs a handicap dog ramp for the puppy that she brings in. It's getting old,
Yeah.
yeah. Does that qualify?
Well, if it's ADA required,
It's 80, I mean, the dog's having a hard time.
I don't think it will.
But it just sleeps on the desk when she puts it
Is
on
that-
there. It doesn't go.
Is it
Okay.
She picks it up and
SPCA
it slips.
qualification? Or-
Just checking, I didn't know if, you know, I mean, so we take our pets seriously.
CDA Canine Disabilities Act.
What, Winston and Churchill, I
Yeah,
mean,
thank
you know, you want them to be able to,
Yes.
Okay.
No, at
Just
least,
checking.
you know, my Winston would benefit, I'm okay.
see, I'm telling you.
My
All right.
Augie could jump up here for us.
Yes,
That's true.
all right. Anything else?
No.
Because otherwise we can just adjourn and come back at
No, we addressed it.
7:30.
We talked
Got
about
nothing? Okay. All right, so only one thing we're moving, everything else is, oh, wait, do we have a closed session after this?
We do. I set it up with
I have it? Do
August
we have it?
yesterday. It's not in the agenda, but we set it up, posted it yesterday.
Oh, wait, we do have something else. We're gonna have to add this, right?
Yes, you do have, okay, yeah, you do have to add that. That did come in late, so that's adding the DDA.
Wait, well, what?
Oh, the DDA,
It came in Thursday night.
That's not-
this.
Yeah, that.
So,
Came in Thursday night. So that needs to be added, you're right. It's
are we
in front
just
of me, too. I
putting
didn't
under
think
the
about it.
consent agenda?
Sure, it's up to you,
That's fine.
wherever you want to put it.
DDA, and so it doesn't have to do the whole, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so we are removing and add, or no, not removing, we're adding appointment to DDA of, and the term started, do you remember that? Jeffrey Margulis? I hope I'm gonna say that right. I think it's at the end of this month, right? Effect, to term starting November 1st?
I'll have that I'll print it out. It's in my email. I'll bring that
Right,
over.
yeah.
Just so we know we have it.
Let's see.
I can pull it up now.
This term to start. All right. Nothing else? We don't need to add the closed session? It's already separately.
It's separate, so you can, at the end of the agenda, I presume you're going to motion, to go into closed session, so you need to,
That would go after, okay, here, all right. Motion. Close, what's the language? That's what I'm asking, I don't have it.
Oh, just motion to go into a closed session for the purpose of discussing pending litigation. What's the
Thanks.
phrase?
Purpose of pending litigation, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't forget, it's on my notes. Nothing else got added, right? Oh, what, no, actually, see, I got another one, because I just want to make this meeting go fast when it gets there. Why, to distribute the master plan? I know it's something we have to do, just distribute it. It's so other communities can look at it, is it supposed to be,
Joe will be here, I think Joe and maybe Jill also on that to explain why that's on there and the next step.
I was hoping we could just get past it, be done. Okay, all right, then everything else we can just do then. Okay, that's all nothing else? There you go. 7:30, we come back and start.